God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, and the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The Serenity Prayer. Hey, so I just wanted to start the vlog off by with the Serenity Prayer, and just a prayer to remind us that we can try to have the courage to change the things that we can change, and there's some things we just are out of our control that we just are going to have to accept for right now until things change. And I thought it's kind of an appropriate prayer of sorts to actually apply right now. And in the meantime, if you can, support the channel by mashing that subscribe button. Highly appreciative. Thank you very much. Anyways, so today I thought I would talk about the things that we cannot change that are going on. Especially as a person who is a Disney fan, there are a lot of things that are going on that we just cannot change. For instance, we're not going to be able to change that Splash Mountain is changing. We can't change that that some of the rides are leaving us. That we can't change that we have to wear masks in the park. We can't change any of those things, but we can have an outlook of a better, more beautiful tomorrow. That's I think that the Carousel of Progress is a ride that it kind of explains how life kind of goes around in a circle and gets better, and it's the Carousel of Progress. It's like we have to leave today's moment and the things in the past, and we have to move on into the future and look for better things to progress to that are much better, they're going to be better than before. And while we're still going to be drinking our same sarsaparillos, and the names might change, we might call it root beer for now, but I think it's really good to remember that things will get better. Like, for instance, in the beginning of the Carousel of Progress, they didn't have, for instance, electric, and then electric came along later on in the Carousel of Progress. So right now we have a lot of trials and tribulations going on, and as a whole world that we're trying to get over, and that carousel is moving along. So anyhow, I just wanted to make that point right there, that we're like on life's carousel of progress. Tomorrow is going to be the Sunday. Every weekend on Sundays is the weekly Disney News recap, where I recap all the news. That's going to be fun. I love doing that because that way we can talk about it and discuss it in a live stream at noon on Sundays. Anyhow, so I wanted to talk about, and this is really important, I wrote it down because that's how I organize myself, is I write things down on paper so I don't forget them. Because sometimes, you get overwhelmed, you forget things, and then if you don't write them down, you can't remember them or whatever. Anyways, so I think about goals in life, and versus daily accomplishments, and that was one of the things that kind of, as I plan and use my organizer every day, and I plan out my next week. I use the Franklin Planner system, which has these daily goals, and also kind of like a weekly system too, at the same time. So as you plan out your week, you have roles where you are you have a role of your own, and then that week you want to plan that week to try to meet some little small goals for those roles. It's like it's a rhyme there, roles for those goals. And And also, you have your daily task list, kind of like a daily goal list almost, of things that you want to accomplish. And then those things that you don't accomplish during that day, they get forwarded onto the next day. And hopefully by the end of the week, you've accomplished everything that you wanted to do during that week. So, it's really important to have a better outlook of things. I know that everybody is always trying to look forward to a larger goal in life. Your goal might be, I'm going to try to make 100 vlogs in a row, or I'm going to make sure I'm going to upload and edit videos for quality. Or you're going to have a goal of like, I'm going to get to Disney World next June, or I'm going to, or I'm going to do a lot of different things. I'm going to try to get 1,000 subscribers by this certain date. Whatever your goal is, you have a big, huge, ginormous goal. But along that way to that goal, you have little small steps that are easier to obtain. That way that you feel good about yourself, that you that you're achieving things. Because your goal that's out in the future, you don't want to get depressed that you're not reaching that goal quick enough. So the best thing to do is have little small goals along the way, like progressive goals of progress that are achievable in a smaller period of time, that are actually easier to obtain, that are actually progressing on the way to your larger goal. I hope that makes sense. And that way that you're not feeling like, I'm never going to get to the end. I'm never going to obtain that large goal. I'm never going to do that. But if you have smaller tasks that are, that are going to be ending up a part of that larger goal, that's what you should do. You should set those small tasks and small goals up so you can achieve them and reap the awards and the good feeling for having those. That way you don't get discouraged and say, you know what, I'll never get there. One of the things that personally, like one of my personal goals for our family was to join the DVC program, and that not everybody is going to be able to afford it, and sometimes some people think they can't afford it, and I was one of the people that I thought I could not afford it. And going to Disney costs a lot of money, and later on I'm going to make a video about achieving to get the DVC goal, right? And how it is really an obtainable thing if you really want to try to get there. But in the short story, in the short synopsis, it was a goal that I didn't think that we would be able to obtain because of monetary. There was these hurdles that you had to get to. And but Disney is a great company. They work with you to try to get there, and little bit by little bit by little bit, we were able to finally finish our first loan and get there, and now have a stake in the Disney resorts, and every time we go, we hear that welcome home. So. And everybody knows, like, there's lots of things about DVC that are perks and great things about DVC and how they treat DVC members. But with that said, it was a goal of ours that we had to take a chance and then little by little get there. And it wasn't like all of a sudden, we're just there, because everybody's not going to be able to pay a tremendous amount of money to get so many points on a DVC plan immediately. So that's one goal, for instance, that we did as here in our family here. You might have a goal to, for instance, I want to go to Disney at least once every other year, and you plan and you get there, and your goal might be, I'm going to get the tickets on this day, or I'm going to get the passes, or I'm going to get the meal plan, or I'm going to get whatever it is that we need for that trip. I'm going to obtain that. And once you obtain it, man, I feel good that we got that, because all of those small things together equal that you're going to make that goal, that your trip is going to happen at that period of time, unless like it's some catastrophe or some crazy thing that goes on. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about today for a short period of time, is that you should always try to focus on your big goals, but use small goals to get there. So and whatnot. So that's today's video, and I hope to bring you lots of videos in the future, kind of things that you can, apply to yourselves and also your Disney channels and things that you do in life and good stuff. So talk to you guys later, and for now, over and out.